Let's talk about the week's news. Jake, what are we starting with?
Well, why don't we start with the reason that I've got a piece of paper here.
Here we go.
So we've had the BITRA data come out today, the on-time performance data, hot off the presses. And it looks like Qantas and QantasLink combined have come out on top. They have... all QF designated services, so that's Qantas and QantasLink together, departed on time 77.1% of the time, arrived 76% of the time. Now, for VA flights, that compares 73.1% on-time departures and 73% on-time arrivals. So actually, on-time departures and on-time arrivals, the plane took off on time 73% of the time and presumably arrived, it was the same flights. I don't know. But anyway... now, this is despite Virgin having half of the cancellations, and this was September. So when October comes around, Virgin. But this was in September. They had half of the cancellations of Qantas at 1.4%, and this is compared to 2.8%. By the way, individually, QantasLink was better than mainline Qantas on on-time departures and arrivals, but worse for cancellations. Jetstar also, surprisingly, lowest cancellation rate of the major airlines.
What was it?
So it was just 1.3% of domestic flights cancelled. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And what was their delays, their on-time performance?
So on-time performance for Jetstar, 74% on-time departures and 72.3% on-time arrivals.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Now, all of these... most of these measures are still below the long-term averages. So long-term averages, so across all the participating airlines, so that's Hinterland, Jetstar, Qantas, QantasLink, Rex, Skytrans, Virgin Australia, and Vara, that's Virgin Australia Regional, we had 76.1% take off on time, 75.5% arrive on time, 2% cancellations. Now, most of these measures were below the long-term averages still, 81.9% on-time departures, 80.8% on-time arrivals. But cancellations were below the long-term averages,
and that must be one of the first times that's happened post-COVID.
Yeah, it's not common. I can't tell you if it's the first time, but long-term averages, the cancellation rate is 2.2%. So just beat it with 2% cancellations for the month. Well done, aviation industry.
Now, what generally happens here is that everybody comes out and claims victory. That hasn't happened as yet, but these are hot off the press. That still could happen. In order to sift through the various claims, we have brilliantly created weights. We have created, and have been done for a while now, the Jake Nelson airline of the month. This is, again, cuts through the faff and tells you what's going on. Highly prestigious industry. I've constantly got calls from the airline CEOs. You know, they're obviously lobbying to get the award. Tell us today, right now, who is the Jake Nelson airline of the month? Go.
Well, we're not calling it that anymore, Adam. We've got a new name for this award. We finally worked out a snappy name for it.
Snappy-ish.
Adam, tell me, do you like Huey Lewis in the News?
As we said earlier, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste, but when Sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically. The whole album has a clear, crisp sound and a new sheen of consummate professionalism that really gives the songs a big boost. He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor.
Right, go and explain.
So what is this measuring? Reliability.
Yep.
It's measuring how well
being on time,
how well the airline can get you back in time. And who performed the song Back in Time? Huey Lewis in the News. So,
but as I explained to you earlier, you know, in Back to the Future, they're going back in time.
Right. But
you don't. But so in my eyes, we can only give this if you actually say like your flight departs at 3, and then you arrive at your destination at like midday. So what I'm saying
well, you can do that with time zones, Adam.
Yeah, technically. But you're effectively riffing off saying that they will get you there on time.
They will get you back in time. And so we have created the Huey Award for the most reliable airline. And you see,
he mocked that up just before, and he actually worked out a printout in colour. I don't think anyone's printed in colour before.
In the history of the world. But I'm that good. Yeah. So we have the Australian Aviation Huey Award for most reliable airline. Promise me I'll be back in time. And this week, joint effort, QantasLink. You are the.
Well, you've asked two different airlines, basically.
Well, QantasLink handles most a hefty chunk of Qantas's domestic services, and they are all QF coded.
Yeah.
So Qantas, between mainline Qantas and QantasLink, the inaugural winner as named. The inaugural Huey Award winner for most reliable airline for the month of September.
So what we should do then is obviously we need to find a frame.
Yeah.
So we'll find a frame. We will put that on somewhere on. We'll throw some stuff out. Put that on their shelving unit,
Yeah.
and we will put like a kind of a plate. Or we'll just draw on who Qantas and QantasLink, and then we'll put that on there. And then every time we change it, we will swap in a new one.
Yep.
So then that can
We've
always
got it
go
all
there.
figured out.
Yeah, we've got it all figured out. No, that's good.
And hopefully this will unleash the power of love for the winning airlines. It's a beautiful thing.
I can imagine the kind of panicked meetings in boardrooms now. They're like, well, we've got to win that. So it's the Huey. It's just like the Oscars for the Academy Awards. This is just the Huey.
The
Hueys.
Yeah. So there you go. The first Huey Award winner, Qantas Group.
Congratulations.